Namaskar children. Welcome to the civics class of class 7th. In the earlier class, we studied about the inequalities. Now we shall study in today's class equality in the Indian democracy. Our Indian constitution recognizes every person as equal. This means that every individual in the country, including male and female persons from all caste, religion, tribes, educational and economic backgrounds, they all are recognized as equal. This is not to say that inequality does not exist at all. But at least in democratic India, the principle of the equality of all persons is recognized, while earlier no law existed to protect people from the discrimination, ill treatment that they were facing. Now there are several works that in the you can see that people are treated with dignity. You can see several works are there. Okay. This recognition of equality includes some of the following provisions of in the Constitution on equality in the Article 15. Here, the first one, if you see, he tells that every person is equal before the law. What does this mean? It means that every person, from the president of the country to the person that you saw in the case in the story, isn't it, Kanta? Remember, children? So she was a domestic worker. So whether he is a president of India or it is a domestic worker like Kanta, has to obey the same laws. Second one, no person can be discriminated against on the basis of their religion, race, caste, place of birth, or whether they are female or male. Third, every person has access to all public places, including playground, hotel, shops, and markets. All persons can use publicly available wells, roads, and bathing ghats. Another one, fourth one, if you see, untouchability has been abolished. So the two ways in which the government has tried to implement the equality that is guaranteed in the Constitution is first through laws and second is through government programs or schemes to help the disadvantaged communities that are there. These schemes are to ensure greater opportunity for people who have been treated unequally for several centuries. Now, these schemes are to ensure that greater opportunity for people who have who did not have, who faced inequality in the past. So for them, they are keeping in the mind and the schemes are done. One of the steps taken by the government includes this midday meal scheme. Here, midday meal scheme refers to the program introduced in all government elementary schools to provide children with cooked lunch. Remember, children, Tamil Nadu was the first state in India to introduce this scheme, and in 2001, the Supreme Court asked all the state government to begin this program and in their schools within 6 months. This program has had a lot of positive effect. These include the fact that more poor children will begin to enroll themselves and they will also regularly attend the school. Teachers reported that earlier children would often go home for lunch and often they did not return at all to school. But now, when the midday scheme has started in the school, their attendance is increasing. their mothers who were there in the home, no, earlier had to interrupt their work to feed their children at home during the daytime. Now no longer need to do so. So this program has also helped to reduce caste prejudices, because both lower and upper caste children in the school eat this sitting together and in quite a few places. You can see Dalit women have been employed for the sake of cooking the meal in this scheme. And the midday meal program also helps to reduce the hunger of the students who are poor, who often come to school and cannot concentrate because of their empty stomach. So these are some of the positive effects. So more children are enrolling and they are attending to school. Program is helping to reduce caste prejudices, because both the lower and upper caste children will sit together. Then this program also provides food and nutrition to children of poor family who until now were not able to provide healthy nutrition to their children. Here, while the word poor and Dalits come, we have to remember one of our leader called Dr. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar was the chief architect of our constitution. It is because of him that our constitution covers a wide range of civil liberties, including the freedom of religion and abolition of untouchability. So we shall conclude the lesson today, and in the next class we shall come up with the issues of equality in other democratic countries, how it is. That's all for today, children. Namah Shivaya.